Good morning, everybody. My name is Courtney Wood. I'm the Director of Member Relations here at NISCO. Thank you for joining our webinar this morning. This week, we're being joined by Jeff Rhodes and Jeff Cordell from Intercon Chemical. We're going to be discussing their new Blue Planet disinfection chemical, and we have a great deck ready for you guys. So, Jeff and Jeff, how are you today?
I'm great. I'm Jeff Rhodes.
I'm Jeff Cordell.
So we look forward to working with you all. And Courtney, let's jump into the deck.
Awesome. Let me do a screen share and we will be good. Can you see my screen?
Sure can.
Awesome.
So Courtney, thank you for setting this up.
Absolutely.
This is a chance for us to introduce Intercon Chemical to the NISCO members.
Mhm.
Go ahead and go to the next slide.
Sure.
So Intercon Courtney, as I get to the end of a slide, you can just roll to the next one.
Okay.
Intercon is based in St. Louis, Missouri. We are a family-owned organization. We've been in business for close to 40 years. Same owner started the business in his early 20s. He's built this business. Jim has built this business. So we cover North America, Canada, Mexico, the Caribbean, ship internationally. We operate out of a 300,000 square foot warehouse. We've got both an EPA registration and an FDA registration, which means that we can make a wide range of products. We've got a quality standards program that's really set for the medical industry, and that's why on all of our products, you'll see date codes and batch codes as well as on the exterior packaging. We've got a wide range of packaging options. And then we also do a lot of print on demand labels. So we've got the flexibility to do some private branding for those of you that want private branding for certain items. And we've got minimums we'll go into with you individually based on the formulation. As I said, we're in St. Louis. Advantage of being in St. Louis, Missouri is the ship time across the United States is typically 2 to 3 days. We can get to most points within 3 working days. I talked a little bit about our quality assurance program, but it's very extensive. We are in an older building, but over the last 5 years, we've basically rebuilt the building from the inside out. We've got 20 inside packaging lines. We built a new label control and printing room, which you see on the left. We've got bulk storage on load cells for computerized mixing and blending. And in fact, we've got over 500,000 gallons right now of raw materials under roof. And we've got 11 computerized blending or packaging lines. But in total, we've got 20 inside packaging lines. So we can package a wide range of products from quarts to gallons, 5s, 15s, 55s, totes, and tankers.
Great.
Intercon serves a wide range of markets. And if you think about NISCO and all the different members within the NISCO organization, you each have some different customers that you serve. We're much the same way. We service food service, laundry, housekeeping, healthcare, building care, commercial businesses. We do food manufacturing. We do some things for the medical industry. A lot with facility management, product controls. We do some contract packaging for retail. And then we've also got a green line of products that we put under the Blue Planet brand. And I'll talk about the Blue Planet disinfectant shortly. But within that green line of products, we've got pot and pan detergents, all-purpose cleaners, glass cleaners, pretty broad range of Blue Planet items. So you look at the schedule about what we're going to cover over the next 3 seminars. This is the first one. Today we're going to go through, how do we really get started? And I'll come back to that on this slide before we go to the next slide. The commercial line, Blue Planet disinfectant. Next week we're going to cover our hand care system, and then Procon dilution, and then service programs, warewashing and laundry. Coming back to how do we get started? We've got regional sales managers across the U.S. Our minimum order for delivered pricing to your location is 2,000 pounds. So you start thinking about that, and I pose the question, how do we get started? While you may have a desire for one product, the reality is we might need 3, 4, 5, or 6 products to get started. So as you look at these presentations over the next couple weeks, think about what fits well for your business, and how do we get a business relationship established between your business and Intercon Chemical. So one of the places that I always start on a discussion with a customer is the commercial line of products. And that's why this is first. Every one of you sells a degreaser. Most of you sell a pine cleaner or a pot and pan detergent. And our commercial line is a group of high volume products that every distributor sells. These are concentrated products. There's a lavender all-purpose cleaner, which is Primo. There's a heavy-duty degreaser, which is a butyl-based degreaser. We also have an alkaline degreaser in our Intercon line. We've got a pine cleaner, a glass cleaner, an oven cleaner, a descaler, and a pot and pan that's in a couple different pack sizes. So when you think about the commercial line, this is where we get weight to get into business together. This gets us to the 2,000 pounds, because by mixing and matching some of these items that you may be buying today from assorted vendors, this gives us volume to get to the next step. And that's really what this relationship is about, is how do we get to the next step? One of the next steps is the Blue Planet disinfectant. And this is a new type disinfectant that we've launched. It's made with hyperchlorous, and you'll probably heard of hyperchlorous in the market. The difference is ours is stabilized. It's good for 18 months. Most hyperchlorous products burn out in a day, a week, a month, require constant testing. That isn't the case with ours. We're able to package it, ship it, and sell it to you so that you can resell it to your customers so that they can use it up before the product expires. There is an expiration date on the stamped on each bottle. The advantages of our product are there's no harmful chemicals in here, unlike a quat or a bleach. Both of those are hazardous or aggressive on the skin. Blue Planet disinfectant actually has a 5-star rating from the National Eczema Foundation, and it's one of the only disinfectants that does, because it's good for your skin. I mentioned the 18-month shelf life. This is a hospital grade disinfectant. It's also a food service food contact sanitizer. So a food service, I said that wrong, but a food service surface contact sanitizer. There we go. So you think about where you can use it in a restaurant or a food service operation, or in a school, or in an office building. You can use it on countertops, desktops, places where people eat and drink. You can use it as a tabletop sanitizer in a restaurant. You can use it in a cafeteria. You can use it in classrooms, because it really is a 3-in-1 type product if you think about it. It cleans, it sanitizes, and it disinfects. And oh, by the way, there is no PPE required for this product. And on the HMIS scale, which is the hazardous scale, it's got a 000 rating. So it's safe on all surfaces, all hard surfaces. It does have a SARS kill claim tied to it in 2 minutes. You can use it through an electrostatic sprayer. It does carry an NSF approval. So when you start thinking about how you would sell this to a customer, think about what they're doing today in their operation. Typically, they might have one product that's a cleaner for light duty cleaning. They may have a second product they use for sanitizing. And then they may have a third product they use for disinfection. You're able to consolidate 2 or 3 SKUs into one product that can clean, sanitize, and disinfect. And then the operator doesn't need to worry about grabbing the wrong product for the wrong job or for the right job. So um, it also simplifies training for the operators. They only need one product for sanitizing and disinfecting. So in the environment that we're living in today, a lot of people are eating at their desktops in a commercial building. A lot of the schools are still serving lunches in their classrooms. So between eating and being able to disinfect that desk, they may have 2 different products in the classroom today. Going forward, you only need one, Blue Planet disinfectant. After 18 months, this product will break down, and it basically breaks down into salt water. It's a saline-based product. But this is the only product on the market with an 18-month shelf life. And that's the way you've got to position this within your customers. It's safe, it's got an 18-month shelf life, and it's very versatile. It cleans, it sanitizes, and disinfects.
Mm-hmm.
So the Intercon Chemical website is a very good tool for you to go to. It's interconchemical.com. You'll see this is what our landing page looks like. Within the landing page, to the right of the Intercon logo, you'll see home, about, products, SDS. And if you click on the products tab, that will open up another page that will show you the different categories of products we have going down the left. And then the other useful tool on the Intercon website is in the upper right hand corner. There's a search box, so you can type in keywords like degreaser, or if you know our products, or if you've got a list of our products, and the last 4 digits of our product are an item code, you can type in H700 and hit enter, and that will take you to a list of products at H700, which is the commercial degreaser. And on that landing page, there's a tech data sheet, there's a safety data sheet. On some of the product landing pages, there are videos and use instructions on the product. So it varies by product what's on each landing page. But at a minimum, there's a tech sheet and a safety data sheet on each page. So just a couple tips on how to hop around our website.
Awesome.
So just a quick review. We covered the commercial line today. We covered Blue Planet disinfectant. We're going to go over hand care and dilution systems next week. And then the service programs for warewashing and laundry, and then a quick recap. My information is on the next slide. As I said, I'm the VP of sales for Intercon. We've got regional sales managers like Jeff from around the United States. We'll include some of them on the future calls. But reach out to me and I'll get you hooked up with your local regional sales manager from Intercon.
Excellent. I had a couple of questions before we wrap up, if that's okay.
Yep.
I usually take them from the chat, but these are mine today. Now, for end users who are going to be seeing this later, who may or may not have a strong chemistry background, hypochlorous acid is is the result of the dissociation of chlorine, of the molecular dissociation of chlorine. And that can sound pretty scary for someone, like I said, who may not have that strong chemistry background. Can you talk a little bit about the really the about molecular dissociation and the really low concentration that you're going to see in Blue Planet?
Yeah. So when we make Blue Planet disinfectant, it's a combination of a highly processed filtered water,
Hmm.
salt, and an electrical charge. And we do it and it's a special salt we're using too. So in the process, we're charging those ions, and that's what creates the disassociation that you're talking about. So when you actually get the Blue Planet disinfectant, and if you smell it, it'll smell somewhat like pool water, chlorine pool water.
Hmm.
However, what it won't do is it won't take the color out the way bleach does.
Hmm.
So if you think of sodium hypochlorite, which has a much stronger smell, we've got chlorides in the product, but we don't have the molecules that take the color out of clothes or fabrics
Hmm.
or different surfaces. So that's really what you're referring to.
Hmm.
Um, it's much like a saline solution, but because of the electrical charge on those ions and the way it's held together molecular, that gives us the 18-month shelf life. And
Hmm.
that gives us the kill claims that do come from the EPA
Yeah.
for both bacteria, viruses, and food service sanitation. It is also effective on mold and mildew too. So
Hmm.
uh, it's got a
That's
pretty wide
awesome.
range of claims. Yep.
Hmm. Like myself, I wasn't concerned. I use hypochlorous acid at home.
Yeah.
So, um, another another thing to point out about hypochlorous is it's also something that's very safe to use when you're at home with pets. It's
Yep.
pet safe, it's child safe. For me, that was a huge sell point for me. I have pets, I have a child, so all of that. Um, now I noticed Blue Planet has a kill claim of 2 minutes.
Hmm.
Um, I know we over the last few years we all talk a lot about kill claims, about dwell time, about efficacy, but um, sometimes it's important to throw ourselves back to the basics, especially since we're in a post-COVID world now. It's still important to remember what these different terms mean and why they're so important. So again, the kill claim is 2 minutes. So the surface that you spraying the chemical on has to be wet for those 2 minutes for
In
the
order
for the
to
two
achieve
minute
the kill
dwell
claim.
time. Hmm.
Yeah, and
Um,
the kill claim varies by bacteria or virus. So that's on the
Oh, of
product
course.
label, and that's 2 minutes for COVID.
Hmm.
And you can spray the surface, you can wipe it, and it's still air drying,
Hmm.
and that counts as part of that 2 minutes.
Hmm.
So if it's still a little damp to the touch after you've wiped it, that's okay.
Hmm. Okay, that's great. You
And as a food
because
service sanitizer, it's 1 minute. Just want to be clear on that.
oh, okay, great. That's
Yeah.
super. Um, that's what I got. Was there anything that you wanted to end on, or um, I don't know if you had anything else planned for the day.
No, I don't. I would add, think about how we get a relationship going. And that's why
Yes.
I started there.
Mhm.
Intercon does not ship direct to end consumers. We only go to
Right.
market through distributors
Hmm.
or service companies.
Hmm.
So we sell to people that make their living reselling to somebody else. So you won't find us out there competing with you as you will some of our competitors.
Hmm.
And I think there's an advantage to that. And what we find is because that's how we go to market, we put our distributors in a very strong position to make a great margin on our products out in the market.
Mhm.
And that's what the NISCO members need. They need items that are unique in their marketplace, or they have very, very limited competition. And I think that's what you'll find from Intercon as a supplier. You don't want to be buying from a redistributor that's selling the exact same thing to 12 other people in your market. Because when
Mhm.
that happens, you don't have any room to make margin.
Right.
And your members need to make margin on the sell to be able to stay in business for the long term. And
Mhm.
that's why we grow with our distributors once we get a relationship established. And that's why I
Excellent.
stress that up front. How do we get a relationship established with as
Mhm.
many of the NISCO members as possible?
Mhm. And that's one of the many reasons I'm here for.
Yeah.
So, anybody out there has any questions or concerns about chemical that you can't come over to me? I'm going to get you in touch. I'm going to get you in touch with the right people who are going to help you get your needs met at the right price point and the right turnaround. And I think that's good. That's part of what they're going to get with you guys.
Yep.
Um,
Thank you.
so, um, thank you guys again this morning for your time, for your expertise. And we'll see you guys next week also for part 2. Um, that's what I got. So everybody
Thank
have a
you all.
great rest of your day. Thank you for sharing your morning with us. Don't forget to tune in next week for part 2. And we'll be back with Jeff and Jeff. You have a great rest of your day, everybody. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.